So today I'm going to be doing a video about your July predictions. And before I get into like the cards and stuff, I want to let you know that I did feel like everyone did pop out with root chakra, things that need to work on. So just an overall message for you guys. I do feel like you guys do need to work on your root chakra and you guys need to start working on your self-love. Now, not everyone, but I did feel like most of you do need to work on those things. So I do want to let you guys know about that ahead of the reading. And with that being said, I'm going to show you the piles. So this is group 1 with the fox, group 2 with the frog, group 3 with the camel, and group 4 with the gazelle. Now take as much time as you need to meditate on what card is calling you. And after you do, click the timestamp below, either in the description box or in the comments, and go to your reading. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. I should put you guys off camera, so we're going to go ahead and get started. The first card actually presents your overall energy or feel of the month, and the card that popped out for you is the fox. So the fox essentially is someone who is very smart, someone who is very cunning and knows like their way around. Like they also tend to be more like people observers. And then also it does feel like the fox does talk about being very monogamous, very loyal to your partner or your friends as well. So it is a lot of loyalty and clearly like good energy coming in for your career as well overall. Now with that being said, I'm going to go right away into your reading for your love part of this month, and the first card that popped out was the Two of Cups. So this talks essentially about you and your partner filling into his cups, like being emotionally stable and like helping each other out. So like if they are like sad one day, you kind of help them up and you like, you know, lift their spirits up, and then like they do the same for you. So it's a very loving, very committed relationship. This could be new or it could be old. It really doesn't say. Obviously not all of you will be in a romantic relationship, so this could just be like your family or your friends. They're just always there for you and you're there for them as well. And then the oracle card popped out was Think on Your Feet, the fox spirit in reverse, which I thought was hilarious because 2 foxes came out. So fox is clearly an important animal for you this month. As well, like the colors as well, like there are 2 different colors which I noticed as well. So the yellow could be solar plexus energy and the red root chakra energy. So if that means something to you, or if you know you need to work on that, or if that's something that is very open for you, then that's a little extra something. But with that being said, this came out in reverse, so this actually makes me think that like you're not supposed to really think about it. Like it comes really easy when you're talking to them. Like things just flow, and you don't have to like be on your guard at all. You're very like open with them, and they're open with you. And yeah, it's like a really like balanced, should I say? Yeah, balanced relationship. The next we're going to be the tarot card for your career, and the card that popped out is the Queen of Pentacles. Now this does talk about Taurus energy, so some of you may be Taurus, but that doesn't really matter that much. So the Queen, she is someone who is very good with her money. So like she's very like boss energy, so some of you may be very high up in your field, or maybe you're getting like some kind of praise or bonus raise, like something like that. Like, you know, I feel like you guys are very good with your money this month as well. Like, you know what you're gonna use to spend, to save, what everything is gonna go towards. Like, you are like on top of your money, and I feel like maybe some of you might want to invest in something, or try and kind of like build up your, you know, your money, your savings. I feel like maybe some of you want to go into maybe a business deal or a partnership with someone as well. Maybe some of you are starting like your own business, or expanding upon that. Yeah, and this can also talk about like throwing parties and like inviting people over and like kind of like celebrating, like, or like showing people, like giving, I guess, to other people as well. Like if you have a lot of money and someone doesn't, you might be like, oh, let me help you out. I want to be generous too. I'm not like this like this really only cares about themselves. I care about other people too. So I do feel like that could be a thing as well. You might be helping other people out. The oracle card for this is a win-win outcome is forecast. So some of you might be Libra as well, but what I think about this, I think that there is probably some kind of a deal partnership that's probably happening, because it does feel like both of you are going to win in this partnership or deal. And I mean, or it could even be like maybe you're stepping out of your comfort zone in your work, and you know you don't normally do this, or you're going the extra mile, and you're going to get reward for that as well. And then finally, the last oracle card would be about your self-love this month, and the one that popped out was the Four of Swords. So with this card, I like to think about it as like this is you kind of looking down at everyone else, and they're all hanging out, having fun, and you're kind of sad and you're lonely. So I feel like for you guys again, like you like to watch, you like to people watch. You're not someone who likes to come up to people, or it kind of brings you out of your comfort zone almost. I feel like you guys might have a lot of anxiety, which works back to the root chakra, talks about healing your anxiety. So I feel like maybe some of you have anxiety when it comes to interacting with people. Maybe this could be even like work people, right? Like everyone else is hanging out and you're kind of like up here at the top, and then it's kind of lonely and you're like, oh, I wish I could, interact, but like, I'm not that close, and I don't know what they're gonna say, and I don't want to, so I feel like you're just kind of like holding yourself back a lot. So then for the oracle card, it said spend time with friends. So Spirit is urging you to even go down here, like if it's work people, like go down and try and make a new friend, or try and just talk to one person, work your way out, because it feels like you will feel so much better and happier if you spend more time interacting with other people. Like being by yourself is actually bringing you down mentally, and like with your emotional love as well. Like I feel like you're gonna like be more happy and confident in yourself if you spend more time with other people instead of isolating yourself. So with that being said, that was the end of your reading. I hope this resonates with you. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you thought, or any other videos that you would like to see on my channel in the future. Bye guys. Hi group 2. So I shuffled for you guys off camera, and with that being said, I'm going to go into your overall energy of this month. So for you guys, 2 cards did pop out, so you're going to have like 2 separate overall energies. And what I did notice is that even though it's an overall energy, it does feel like it's more catered to your love life specifically, but we'll get into that later. So with the octopus talks about someone who really does not have boundaries set up. Like you kind of let anyone come in, and you're just kind of like, you're not standing up for yourself almost. Like you're kind of just like, like there's something wrong here, and you're just kind of like letting it happen. Now for like everything else, it does feel like the octopus does talk about having way too much on your plate. Like you're trying to like balance all these like things, your work life, your love life, your family, your friends, your yourself, and you're like you're getting really stressed because you're trying to do all these things, and you don't have enough arms, and you're like overworking yourself as well. So there's that. And then the frog popped out, and the frog talks about someone who is essentially running on empty. Like they're just so done and so like sad, because they're again letting this negative person or energy come in, and they're not setting up these boundaries. So like they're just like so depleted, and they need to like, I feel like you guys really need to work on healing yourself and getting rid of these bad energies this month. So with that being said, we're gonna get into your love life. With the tarot card that popped out, it was the 2 of Wands. So with this, it does talk about someone who is allowing like someone who is kind of more manipulative or controlling in your kind of like, it's not a very self-fulfilling relationship, right? So there are a lot of different things that could lead to this relationship to be very bad or dry, or very problematic, chaotic, dramatic, right? So like there's so many different things that are going on in a relationship that's like not exactly the healthiest, and you're kind of like as well like by yourself, right? Because you're maybe even you're trying to get away from them, like you're kind of like by yourself and kind of like, oh, I'll go back to the home later, I need to just be by myself for a little bit. And I feel like you need to like either like you probably need to work on this relationship by like telling them like this is my boundary, this is what I need you to do, or even letting them go, depending on how you feel with this person. Now, it doesn't have to be a love life, because it could also be a friend or a family member that is kind of overstepping their boundaries, and you are just being encouraged to like tell them like essentially that is too much. Like, I need more space. I need you to do this or do that, instead of like not saying anything at all, because like that's really bring you down. Think on your feet. So with the fox spirit, I think this again talks about being very vocal. If you're in this conversation and they're getting more defensive, you need to like keep talking, keep thinking on your feet, keep like knowing exactly where to step and what to say. Like, I feel like you need to be like very like charismatic almost to kind of like maneuver your way through this conversation without them like getting too upset, right? Or even like thinking on your feet like you're walking on eggshells, or like you're trying to like quietly slip away from them and hope they don't notice. I feel like, again, like this could end very like easily almost. Like it feels like it's kind of like been breaking apart for a while, and I feel like you guys knew this was coming at some point, and Spirit's saying it's coming now. It's happening. You need to let this go, because if you keep like, if you allow them to stay here and not say anything, and like not like ask them to leave, like not tell them what's bothering you, just like stay in this negative tension, I guess. What's gonna happen is you're just going to blow, or they're gonna blow, or something terrible is gonna happen, and like no one wants that. So like, whatever way you want to solve this problem, you do need to solve it in some way, because obviously your overall energy is being very affected by this one person, or it could be, I guess, multiple people, right? Because if you're not closing up your boundaries or showing people where your boundaries lie, maybe a lot of people are coming in and overstepping that. With that being said, we're going to get into something a little more positive, which would be your career. So for this month, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So I can tell that you guys are like really working on your career. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to put forth a lot of effort and energy into my career. It's going to be great. I'm going to make that money. And you are. You're celebrating success, because I feel you guys have been working really, really hard in your career for a while, and you're finally there. You finally reached that landmark, and you're getting like recognition. You're celebrating. You've done whatever it was that you wanted to accomplish. For your oracle, it talks about fiery climax approaching. So I feel like for some of you, this is not like the end. You're gonna get to that 10 of Pentacles soon. Like, you are gonna get where you want in your career, in your money life. You're gonna be very stable and financially secure. And it's gonna like blow up, like you're like celebrating, like it's a good blow up, right? And again, some of you might be Aries, because Aries energy did pop up. So with that being said, now we're going into your self-love, right? Because that's also very important. So for this month, you have this Sun. So the Sun in reverse talks about being kind of optimistic. Like, you're like, you know, I can do anything. But then like there's a voice in the back of your head that says, no, you can't. Like, you can't do it. You can't do it. And like, and you're feeding into this like this idea. And I feel like maybe some of this is coming from your relationship, right? Like, maybe like the voice you hear in the back of your head is them talking to you, telling you down. And you're normally an optimistic person, and like they're kind of still bringing you down even when you're alone. So for this month, if you want to like feel better, or if you want your brain to kind of stop like telling you down, Spirit is telling you to plan and take a vacation. So obviously, with right now, you might not be able to actually take a vacation, but what this can mean is just take time off of work. Like, take time away from your relationships. You just like spend a few days or whatever by yourself doing things you like. And just like a little mini vacation. Or you can go all out on your vacation. It doesn't matter. It depends on obviously where you live in the world and how much money you're willing to spend and how long you can be away. But you need time away from everything. And then you'll like feel so much better as well. And with that being said, oh, actually, wait. I'm so sorry. So I just realized, some of you might have been drawn to group 1. I'm only saying that because the Fox Spirit popped out in both of the readings. And something I did tell group 1 was that they might need to work on their root chakra, and I'm going to tell you that as well, because it does feel like you do have like possibly some anxiety or like doubts as well. So you might want to work on your root chakra. And with that being said, that is the end of your reading. I hope you resonate with this. I hope that you take what I say seriously and you get out and you get that vacation and you get rid of those toxic people in your life and you just allow yourself to feel so much better. Let me know in the comments what you think or what kind of videos you'd like to see from me in the future. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, group 2. Hi, group 3. So I shuffled for you guys off camera, and I'm gonna start with the overall energy you guys are showing in the month of July. And the card that popped out is the Camel in reverse. So this card talks about someone who is resourceful. So you're gonna be like, obviously you're gonna be very conservative, I think, like conserving or trying your best to like hold on to your money or different resources that you have this month. And this can also talk about someone, because it's in reverse, it does talk about dehydration. So you guys really do need to make sure that you are drinking enough water. I know that's really hard because you're supposed to be drinking a lot of water all the time, but like you're dehydrated. And that could also mean that you are spending yourself way too much in all these different things. Like you're allowing some people to come into your life and you're spending your energy with these people that you shouldn't be as well. So that could be just you're draining from all these like negative energies or people or situations, career, things like that you're spending too much energy on. The Camel can also talk about essentially someone who is who has like stamina, right? Because like those are like camels that go on for so long and just walking. So like that's something as well. Now I'm gonna do the tarot card for your love life this month, and the card that popped out is the Hermit. So the Hermit talks about stepping away from this person and being by yourself, taking like a break, right? Like maybe they were draining you, or maybe something happened, or even maybe you just need to take a break to work on yourself. Like one of those things probably is like what happened essentially, and you just need to like be by yourself almost. And then again, if you don't have a relationship or you're not gonna get one soon, it's probably a family or a friendship that this is us talking about that you need to take a break from, that you need to like be more independent by yourself, kind of like separate yourself. The oracle that popped out is the Moss Spirit, which means surrender now. And what this is actually saying is that like spirit has been trying to contact you, or your higher self, intuition, things like that. They're trying to contact you and telling you that this is like a wrong situation that you put yourself in, or that you need to kind of like this like surrender now like almost makes me feel like spirit has been guiding you to be the hermit and to take a break from the relationship. That does not mean that you don't go back to it. It just means that right now it's so much what and you need to just step back and then come back into it with like new rigor and more energy, right? Because right now you're dehydrated and you can't keep giving this person more water. Maybe they are going through a really tough time and you just keep giving them your water, and now you're just like this upside down camel and you're like, I have no more water left to give. So I feel like it could just be that they're going through a hard time and they're bringing you down with them. And I know it might feel really bad to like say, I'm sorry, I can't help you anymore, but like if you help yourself and you feel better, then you can come back and be like, okay, I'm now strong enough to help you. And you kind of help each other, maybe they finish whatever it is that's wrong, and then they see that you're hurting and they help you too. Like that could be what happens as well. Now with your career, your tarot card says the 7 of Wands. So for me, this always talks about like fighting. So I feel like you're kind of like fighting other people to get maybe that job promotion, or even the job. Maybe you don't have a job right now when you want this job and you love it so much. You could be fighting for a raise or some like thing as well. Maybe you are fighting. It could even just be like something small, like maybe you work with like other people, or like and you're having to fight like if you're a lawyer, for instance, like, and you're having to fight like lawsuits, like that's your job. Um, or like it could be like something work related as well that you're supposed to do anyway. But like it's a kind of like energy of like fighting. This also talks about allowing other people to come in and like essentially bring you down. Maybe other people are telling you what they think about your career, and they're like, oh, I wouldn't recommend that job, or oh, I don't think you're like that good. You know, like you're allowing people that like come in and talk you down, making you feel like smaller, weaker, um, like 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 you're kind of lying down almost. Like you're not fighting them, you're just letting them come in and drain you of your water, right? Like they're draining you and they're always like on you about your job. Maybe they're trying to push you so hard in your job that it's like tiring, and you're having to fight them about that. So that's like that. And then the Oracle card is have faith in your dreams. So maybe no one else gets them. Maybe no one else thinks that that dream is very good. But you know what? Spirit wants you to know that your dream is valid. It is amazing. Don't let other people tell you that you can't follow that dream, or that dream is stupid, or that you're never going to get there, because you are. You should have faith in yourself and in your dreams. Now, the last one is your self-love, and 2 cards popped out, and I felt inclined to keep them both. And the first one that popped out for your tarot was the Lovers. So for me, this makes me feel like you treat yourself like your own lover, almost. Like your self-love is so like big and pure, and like you truly do love yourself. Even if you're going through this hard time, like I feel like you like treat your body right too. Like if you were in a relationship, like maybe you're like, okay, I'm gonna eat healthy, or I'm gonna go to bed on time, I'm gonna have a schedule. Like I feel like you really help yourself and your body, and you're like making sure that you feel like amazing, or you know, beautiful, handsome every day, and which is really beautiful. But then this card popped out, which was the Sun. So with the Sun, this talks about, again, having lots of optimism, you know, loving yourself, but then that nagging voice, family, coworkers, friends, someone you love, like, is coming in and telling you again, like, that you're not good enough, right? And this actually talks about listening to those voices. You're hearing those voices back, like you, and then you start telling yourself these same things, and and you really need to like ignore them, because they are draining you. Like you went from the Lovers, like I am beautiful, I am fabulous, I love myself, to having so much self-doubt because you keep giving your water away. And the last oracle card I got for self-love, which I thought was hilarious, is hydrate. So obviously this could just be talking about drinking more water, but if I'm being honest, I think this talks about stepping away, being the hermit, and allowing yourself to store up on that water, put that water back in your hump, and, you know, start feeding always, like, you know, feeding yourself, like giving yourself the water, keeping it to yourself. And this might seem selfish to you, but really this is going to make you feel so much better, and then you're going to go back to that lover's mindset. You're going to start loving yourself more, you're going to have more faith in yourself and your dreams, and just like, it's just so much better for you to help yourself and to feel good about yourself before you help others, or before you even like go back and talk to those people that are bringing you down. Build yourself back up, right? So this whole month is essentially about self-love, is what I'm feeling like. So I hope that this resonates with you. I hope you take this seriously and take more time for yourself this month. And with that being said, let me know in the comments what you thought. In the comments, if you want to see a certain video from me, let me know as well. And I'll hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Hi, group 4. So I shuffled for you guys off camera, and I'm gonna take you into the reading. So basically, the first like card is about overall energies for the next month, and that is the Gazelle. So overall, you guys feel like you're kind of always like watching over your back, like you're very anxious this month. I'm kidding. And you're also like, you might even be like a little gullible at times too, like you trust people a little too easily, and you like give yourself to other people a little too easily as well. Like you're like, oh yeah, of course, and come in and let me, make you feel as comfortable and happy here, and I'm gonna hang out with you all the time. You know what? I feel like you're like the kind of person that just wants to always be around people, but then like you're anxious because you have all these like things that might have happened in the past, and essentially you're still like not fixing it because you're still letting some people in. You're still gullible, even if you've been through so much. So it's kind of like a double edge. Now for that, with that being said, I'm going to get into your tarot for your love life this month, and what popped out was the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles typically obviously talks about money, but because it's a love part, I think that's more like you are like putting all of your money essentially on this one person. So like you're like betting everything on this one person to hope like they come in and they help. So maybe like you're in a really bad state of mind right now, right? And you're just kind of like, you're like, oh my god, I have a new person that I'm seeing. I'm so excited, so I'm gonna like put all my troubles and worries on them. Like everything like good in my life is this one person, and so they might even feel like very overwhelmed. Like, oh my god, step back. Like you were, coming on really strong. So I feel like some of you might be coming on too strong, or just like you're just betting all your money on them. If you aren't in a relationship that's romantic, you might just be betting all your money on your friends or your family, and you're kind of like leaning on them for support because something is obviously gone wrong, or you're feeling sad or something, and like they're like obviously you don't want to like bet all your money or have all your eggs in one basket. And I feel like that's essentially what's happening with this love life. And the oracle was the Bear, which was take time out, but it's in reverse. So it makes me feel like even though you should probably be like by yourself, you're taking time with everyone else. Like you're spending so much time with everyone else, so you don't like focus in on yourself and help and fix the things that you need to fix. So I feel like if you do have a relationship, you should like actually do take time out and be like, it's not you, I need to work on myself. Or like even your friend, like, I need to just kind of spend time with myself, help fix myself and like my mental, maybe you need to work on your root chakra, because again, anxieties and like this constant fear and looking over your shoulder, it does feel like root chakra might be something that you need to work on. But it does feel like you need to work on yourself more and not focus necessarily on romantic relationships or your close friendships, family members and stuff. For your career this month, we have the Ace of Swords, which again is like a double-edged sword. So for this, it talks about essentially looking at both sides of all the situations. Like you're like, oh, I could do this, but and you're kind of like thinking of all the possible outcomes, and instead of like going for something, you're like holding back and you're thinking of all the ways it can go wrong, right? With the anxiety, right? And and essentially what's gonna happen is you're not gonna get anywhere. So like you might have a job right now and it's gonna continue to be the same after this month, but you're not gonna like improve at all. You're not gonna get anywhere because you're constantly pulling yourself back because you're too afraid to take that leap of faith. Speaking of faith, the oracle card is have faith in your dreams. So I feel like you guys don't have faith in yourselves or your dreams, and that's why you're like, I really want to do this, but it probably won't happen. It'll probably go wrong, and this will happen, and this will happen, and you're creating all these scenarios in your head, and instead of like following the path you want to go on and just jumping for it. So I do feel like you guys should work on your root chakra and work on your anxiety levels and kind of like come up with ways to cope with your anxiety, because I feel like if you work on your anxiety, you will be a lot happier and you will like have way more, I guess, in your life. And when I asked about self-love, the tarot card popped out is the Devil, and this essentially talks about you beating yourself up all the time. You're like so rude to yourself. You're like, oh my god, I failed that thing, or oh, I hate myself, and you're constantly beating yourself up all the time, like pointing out all of your flaws and mistakes. So I asked Spirit, what do you need to work on? Like what self-love do you need to do in order to like boost yourself up so you're not like so like hard on yourself. And a few cards popped out, and I decided to take them all because it did feel like you guys need a little more like boost in the right direction. So what did pop up was intuition. And this makes sense because literally, like, for one, these are your dreams, right? And these are the things that you like, and you're pulling yourself back. So I feel like if you listen to your intuition and you just went for those things that you actually care about, instead of thinking of all the ways they can go wrong, then you would actually be like a lot happier. There is an eye here, so you might need to work on your third eye chakra as well. But yeah, it's like, and like again, like it's like getting to that layer. Like you're down here in your layer, and like you have so many like big shells around you, like blocking yourself off, I think. And I think you need to like work on letting people, I mean, obviously you let people in, but like letting the right people in, using your intuition to know who's coming into your life for the right reasons, and like, you know, showing them your inner core versus just showing everyone all the time. Another card that popped out was connect with your ancestors. So for this, I feel like this could be talking about, you know, obviously your family members that are kind of older than you. This could be talking about your, because the tree popped out, it could be talking about your soul family. So maybe you know someone in your life right now that's part of your soul family, you feel very connected to them. Or maybe you're going to be like connecting with members of your soul family like in your sleep. Because again, like the third eye popped up again. So maybe some of you are like having these vivid dreams, you know, because with all the nights and stuff, and you're connecting with someone from your soul family in your dreams that maybe you'll eventually meet one day. Or obviously you could be like connecting, like you can go like online and look at like your family, your ancestor family, you know, like things as well. But I feel like it's probably more about like finding those people in your life or talking to them in your head essentially. Is probably more accurate as to what you need to do. And I feel like as well, if you do that, you won't feel so alone. And maybe you can ask them for help and ask them for advice as well. And so some of you, obviously, you care about watching these types of videos. So some of you are watching videos about your soul family or soulmates, things like that this month as well. And so you feel like maybe like you can connect with them or you know more about them as well. And the other one that popped out with is sync with the moon. So I know like there are different moon phases and it affects everyone differently depending on your when you were born, your birth chart. So maybe right now it's actually a good time with the moon cycles for your specific birth chart. So maybe you're like going to be like connecting with the moon in that way, and you're like, okay, well right now it's I really don't know. There's so many different moon charts everyone, but like right now, like it's really good for me because I'm gonna be working on my anxiety, because I'm gonna be very confident because of whatever, you know, like I feel like maybe that's gonna be like something that is gonna be really significant to you. So I feel like you should definitely, if you don't know your birth chart, look that up and look up like the moon phases and how they affect you this upcoming month, because that could actually be very helpful for you and figure out what you need to work on specifically. And with that being said, that is the end of this video for you. So I hope this helped you, you know, get some kind of direction for your anxiety. And I hope this resonated. So with that being said, please let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And if you have any video suggestions, please let me know as well, because I like knowing what you want to see. And I'll see you guys in the next video.